Hi, good afternoon, Blake, and hello, everybody. Well, details are still very sketchy right now. We have not spoken with police, but this entire neighborhood between F and Jackson Avenue have been roped off, as you can see right behind me. We have heard from neighbors that the shots, about half a dozen of them, came from that apartment complex. And I had the chance to speak with Ruben's brothers a couple of weeks ago, and they told me that the family was really focusing on their efforts on recovering their brother's body rather than finding him alive. They knew that that wasn't a possibility at that point. Now, if you're planning to make your way down here, just be advised everything is sold as is and only cash and credit cards will be accepted. You can always go to our website, check it out, ktnv.com, and see some of the items that will be up for sale. Reporting live from the Strip, Annette, Channel 13 Action News. You know, and just like that taxi driver that we spoke with, people who live here and work in the restaurant industry, hotel industry, you name it, are really banking on this weekend to make up for other much slower days. We will have much more information for you guys coming up in a live report at 5. For now, reporting live from Highland Island at Channel 13 Action News. Hi, good morning, guys. Well, law enforcement officials were able to dismantle one of the largest international drug trafficking rings. And get a load of this, guys. They were able to seize over 200 pounds of meth with a street value of over $5 million. Well, I can tell you that I've seen cars with license plates from all over the country: California, Utah, Arizona, and some as far away as Florida. Now, we've been hearing that if you don't have your tickets for this festival just yet, you might be out of luck. Oh, Steve, according to police, this guy even had a breathalyzer inside his vehicle. And while this wannabe cop may have been able to fool some folks out there, this wasn't the first time he tried pulling a fast one on police. And let me show you just how bad things have gotten within the last few hours. You see right behind me, that bridge right there is the off-ramp from the I-15 to Spring Mountain Road. Look at that entire backup in just the last few hours. And a spokesperson for Mrs. Goodman did give us a call back. They did tell us that throughout the campaign, they placed about 600 signs up. Immediately after the election, they removed about 200 of them. They know there are a couple stragglers out there, and they are currently working on taking them down. In the meantime, if you happen to spot an old political sign in your neighborhood, you can certainly call your city's code enforcement and place a report. For now, reporting live near Decatur and Lake Mead, Annette, Channel 13 Action News.
I thought it was for real at first.
But it didn't take long for David Beardsley to become suspicious of the man who'd pulled him over for allegedly speeding. According to the arrest report, Eric James Lacasse whipped out a Stratosphere security badge, posing as an officer after stopping Beardsley.
And I said, let me see that badge again. And he kind of flashed it to me, and then I grabbed it. I said, this isn't a real badge. And I said, give my license back.
A quick glance that paid off. What do you think about all these guys just recently coming out pretending to be cops?
It's scary.
What's even scarier is just how easy anyone can get their hands on police gear.
It's not the same, but it's very similar.
Surplus stores like this one in North Las Vegas sell everything from military gear to batons, handcuffs, and holsters, including security badges.
Take this combat uniform gear, for example. Many of it is actually worn by real law enforcement. You can purchase one, put a couple of patches on it, and you could look like the real deal.
Most of their customers are security officers, and none of their merchandise has any type of law enforcement logos. But because there are virtually no restrictions on who can purchase these items, people are being warned to pay close attention to any details that seem out of place.
A 6-side star might be a security company, but the 7-side star is Metro PD. A piece of metal that isn't the right color, a part of the uniform that doesn't match. You know, they're not going to be able to put the whole set together.
And many of these police impersonators have now turned to the internet to order these items. But the bottom line, folks, here is if it looks suspicious, it is suspicious. And if you ever think you're being pulled over by somebody posing as a cop, you can always call 911. For now, reporting live near Highland Island, Annette, Channel 13 Action News. Oh, Steve, this is the American dream turned into a complete nightmare for an entire city. We're talking about folks who poured in every penny they had into homes they can no longer afford. And now they have to face a very grueling question. Do they leave or do they continue to pay underwater mortgages?
Signs of the housing bust can be found in practically every pocket of a North Las Vegas neighborhood.
We tried short sale, we tried everything, refinancing. Everybody told us there was nothing they could do.
Jenny West and her husband decided to walk away from their house and are now renting. But like her, over 80% of North Las Vegas homeowners have underwater mortgages, which means they owe more than what the house is actually worth.
We paid $320 for it. 2 years later, it was worth a third of what we owed.
Back in the day, North Las Vegas was considered one of the epicenters of the construction boom, but today a whole different story, with home values dropping to what they were nearly 10 years ago, wiping away all that equity for homeowners.
It was $340,000. I put $100,000 down on it.
But just 6 years later, Antonio Beneducci's home was valued at $150,000, leaving him with a mortgage $195,000 in the red.
I have my 5 best friends. 4 of them have lost their home already, and I'm now the 5th one.
And while countless homeowners still battle with the thought of giving up on the biggest investment of their lives, economists say it's still too early to predict when a full recovery may be on the way.
In the meantime, experts do recommend that homeowners continue making their payments if they are able to. If they're not able to, they recommend that you should call your lender to see if any special arrangements may be made. For now, reporting live in North Las Vegas, Annette, Channel 13 Action News.